Hey everyone, I am your astrologer, Wonder Girl, taking you to new heights. Here's your daily forecast for the day of Tuesday, January 30th, 2018. Now, what's going on today is that we still have the moon hanging out right here in Cancer, bringing our attention, of course, to our emotions, to what's going on inside us, as well as to home and family, thinking there about that, and just some personal issues and some private matters rather than your more public ones, okay, that you're trying to think about here. With the moon making a trine over here to Jupiter around midnight Mountain Time, the very beginning of the day, there could be, I want to say, some changes that we realize that we need to make in life as a result of this attention that we're paying to ourselves privately and emotionally coming in. Sorry, I gotta fix my light. It keeps sometimes it dims on me without me asking. But yeah, so I think what could come in at midnight is that there could be some kind of change that you want to make as a result of some of your emotional feelings. You start feeling something the past few days as you've been paying attention more to what's going on with you inside. And because of those things that you're feeling, you then decide, hey, wait a second, I need to make some more changes in my life so that I can feel better. I need to do some things here. Or maybe you uncover even more emotions and more deep feelings that you didn't realize were there that you then have to figure out what to do with to move forward, okay? So I think that could definitely be a thing that does happen here very early in the morning. Right after the moon makes a trine over to Jupiter, it then makes a square right here to Uranus at 2 a.m. Mountain Time. So I think any deep emotions that it is that we uncover or have uncovered the past day or so by paying attention to what's going on inside us, and any changes that we decide that we need to make as a result of what it is that we're feeling, then may inspire us or others to do things a little bit unexpectedly here as a result of some insights that they've received, okay? Maybe people are breaking free from a situation in some way, or just doing things that you didn't think they would do in some way now that they've had a chance to process things emotionally, okay? I think that could be a thing that could come up because this is a square, again, because it's Uranus. I think some of these unexpected things could be a little bit uncomfortable here and a little bit unsettling, all right? Especially because right after the moon makes this square over to Uranus at 2 a.m., it then comes into a trine right here with Chiron at 4 a.m. So I think, again, at 4 a.m., there's more uncomfortable feelings that could come up, just not feeling quite right emotionally here with your life and what's going on. Maybe there's been some big changes or some more changes that you or someone else has made unexpectedly as a result of something that they're feeling on the inside that you then have to process and to figure out how to get comfortable with and what to do with. Maybe you yourself are the one making this kind of unexpected change here, and you also have to get comfortable now with these feelings that have come up, with these things that you've decided to do or change as a result of some other things going on in your life here, okay? So I think there could definitely be a little bit of a rough patch that does come in this morning here, trying to change your life for the better, to feel more emotionally comfortable with your life, but realizing maybe the process to make the changes that you need to make to feel better is a little bit hard and a little bit uncomfortable, and maybe having to weather some ups and downs here on the road before you can start to finally feel good and move forward in the direction that you want and that you need. All right, so that could be happening early this morning. After all of that happens, we then have the moon move a little bit further through Cancer, and at 9 a.m. Mountain Time make an opposition here to Mercury and Capricorn, okay? So after, right, you've been making some changes in your life and maybe doing some things unexpectedly to put your life in a better place and feeling uncomfortable now that you have to make even more changes that maybe you didn't want to make to put your life in a better place. I think there's lots of communication and lots of talking that's going on here. You're communicating with other people about where you see your life going, about the life that it is that you want in some way. With the opposition to the moon, though, coming in, I think you need to make sure that not only do you talk about where you see your life and what is important to you and your career and your reputation, but also emotionally. Talk about what you need to feel comfortable and safe emotionally in some way, okay? And I think there's a lot of communication going on 9 a.m. Mountain Time in the morning about what you feel, about what other people feel, and about how you can move forward to doing some big things in your life, achieving some big goals, goals and some big career dreams of yours, while at the same time feeling comfortable about it. And I think you're trying to work some of that stuff out either inside or with others, how you can feel more comfortable with everything that has happened, okay? And that's coming in at 9 a.m. Then after that, the moon moves into Leo here at noon. And that's a much better spot here than what's been going on the past few hours in Cancer, in the last degrees of Cancer, okay? Because Leo's happier, Leo's more excitable, Leo's more fun and free-loving, okay? And so I think what's going on is that after sitting with some emotions here, needing to make some changes based on these emotions and feeling uncomfortable maybe about some changes you need to make or some emotions that do come up, I think then the vibe becomes much lighter and happier, and you begin to feel more carefree. I think the vibe towards the noon becomes like, you know what, I did the hard things that I needed to try to put myself in a better place, to try to feel better with my life. And now that I overcame that hurdle, now that I did the hard things to do something that I really believed in my heart that I needed, I feel like I can be more free to live the life, to be the person I wanted to be and to be happier, okay? So I think that is what is coming in here around noon. After the moon enters Leo, then at 3 o'clock, it's going to make a trine over here to Mars in Sagittarius. And I think what that's saying is after you've made the hard decisions and the hard choices in the morning, you start to feel like, you know what, I've done what I need. Now I can start to make progress to move forward, doing some new things based on these changes that I really like, to feel much better with life, much happier, more passionate, okay, doing some things that I really, really want to do. Okay, so that's what I see mostly coming, being the big thing for today here, is us needing to, the beginning of the day, hard, make some more changes in our life to feel more comfortable with our life, to put our life in a better spot so that we can build moving forward on something that's really, really important to us, okay? And maybe it being a little bit hard, having some hard, unexpected conversations with people about what you're feeling and why you decided to do the things that you do. But I think if you can hold true to some of these feelings and maybe intuitions that it is that you've received about yourself, about who you are, about what you know, okay, I think if you can hold true to that, while at the same time not being overly dramatic, I think it's definitely going to help you here at the end of the day to feel much more successful and much better and much happier and much more proud of yourself, you know, for doing the hard things that you needed and honoring your like deepest truth, okay? So I think that's what's going on there, and then you'll feel much more free at nighttime to act, to do, to be happier and do the things that you've been wanting to do all along, okay? So I think that's what's going on there. And of course the moon gearing up then the next day here for the full moon lunar eclipse on the north node here, really helping you to take care of any projects that you're working on, to make sure that you are being happy as you can be, living the best life that you can be as you move forward coming in. So that's what I see going on there. I don't see the lunar eclipse being too bad. If we're being honest, I think in the end it's meant to help you figure out what makes you happy, to do what you enjoy, to really feel much better about that. And I think that's what we're preparing for today. Most of the day is how can we change our life in some way so that we can feel better about it, move forward on some things that are happy, and really begin to do these things, really begin to live a life that makes us happier, live a life that makes us feel better in some way, okay? I think that's the main message. Once you begin to live a life that you feel happy in, to have maneuvered the life that to be something that you feel better about, then it's going to be a lot easier for you to envision a new future, living the life that you've been trying to create now and that you've been trying to work out, okay? But before you go ahead living a life and envisioning a future for yourself, needing to make sure that you're entirely happy with where your life is right now. And that's what this lunar eclipse to me is all about. Are you happy with your life or are you not, okay? And if you're not happy with your life, what do you need to change to get there, to be happy, okay, to make this your dream life that can come in over the next 2 weeks, especially with this lunar eclipse here. And I think you need to think about that, and I think you need to not be afraid here to make changes in your life, especially if you're doing them with integrity here, to create the life that it is that you want, that you're going to spend the next little while here trying to build on, move forward on, and take into new and different chapters, all right? So that's what's going on there. The only other thing I do want to talk about in the background is just Mars in a sextile to Mercury that I want to mention. Everything else that I've mentioned in other videos still applies here. Of course, with Venus on the south node, relationships, a lot of relationships and money stuff going on that we're thinking about trying to work out. But today I just wanted to point out Mars over here in Sagittarius, coming into a sextile with Mercury, still a few degrees away here, but I think we're trying to do something new, and I think the more you can do things that are new, that make you happy, to make progress on some things that excite you, it's not only going to help you put your life in the right direction, but to help you feel much more comfortable with your life in some way. And I think you're clearing out all the things in your life that are not working for you, so that you can start to do more of the things in your life that are working for you, that you do feel better, and to step into those chapters. All right, so that's what I've got for you today. Now your card for the day is the Two of Swords, reversed. This to me, of course, is a card of choices, especially when it's upright, having to make choices, maybe a hard choice. You're stuck in between two choices that you don't want to make, and having to make one could come in with this card. What you could get, especially when it's reversed, since that's how I did pull it here, is to remove yourself from a situation. Maybe there is something going on. There's two choices or two people coming at you here saying the opposite side, and maybe what you need to do today is you need to remove yourself from this thing going on with two people that are in your ear, or remove yourself from this two-way conversation here, so that you can do your own thing, so that you can do the third option. Maybe there's a third option here with this that you're not seeing, and it doesn't have to do with doing what person A wants or what person B wants, but it has to do with following your own heart and doing what you want. All right, and I think maybe that's what the message of this card is. Don't let anyone else tell you what to do, and don't let anyone else involve you in their drama. Like, at the end of the day, you have to get right with yourself. You are in charge of your own happiness and what it is that you need, and as long as you're always being honest and dealing with integrity, then you need to make sure here that you're doing what you need to do, and that you're coming up with the solution that best suits you and the people that are close to you, and not that suits everybody else. Okay, even if other people are pressuring you, or even if you are pressured on a bunch of different sides in your life, I think you need to remove yourself from any hard, contradictory situation, so that you can get in touch with your own heart and spirit and make the choice that is best for you. Okay, so that's what I've got going on for you today. Thank you so much for watching my horoscope. If you like it, please like it on YouTube, subscribe to my channel, share it with your friends, and I will talk to you later.